Hey everyone, this is most likely the last video you'll have from me, and we are going to be discussing box and whisker plots. I'm going to be honest with you, when I look through the material for this section, you're going to find that there is something a little bit different about these box and whisker plots. I actually sort of like it. So you will need to go ahead and probably watch what's happening here just to make sure that you're doing it correctly. In fact, you can think back to when you've made box and whisker plots before, when sometimes you have the box in the middle around a good chunk of the data, and then you have the whiskers on the end. And sometimes you would end up with a whisker that was really, really long because the data set had an outlier. So we're going to talk about a method today for reducing the length of that whisker when there is an outlier and what we can do with that outlier. So here's the definition of a box and whisker plot. Shows the center, the spread, and the skewness of a data set. We draw a box and two whiskers. They use the median, the first quartile, the third quartile, and the smallest and largest values in the data set between the lower and the upper inner fences. And that's the new thing that we're going to be talking about today. So this one actually goes pretty quickly. It's not very many slides, so you'll kind of see what's happening. So here, we're really going to talk it through using an example. So here it is. We have the following data, our incomes in thousands of dollars for 12 sample households. And we're going to construct a box and whisker plot for these. So first, of course, rank the data in increasing order. Calculate the values of the median, the first quartile, the third quartile, and the interquartile range. So that is going to be important. So here it is. They've ranked the data in this way. The median is, because it's 12 pieces of data, it's going to be in between these two. So they've done that. Finding the first quartile, again, finding the median now of this lower half. Finding the third quartile is finding the median of this upper half. And then the interquartile range is just quartile 3 minus quartile 1. And we've done that here. Okay. Then what we're going to do is we're going to find the points that are 1.5 times the interquartile range below quartile 1 and 1.5 times the interquartile range above quartile 3. And these are going to give us our lower and upper inner fences. And so these are going to sort of be like, these data would be appropriate. They would not be considered outliers if they fall within the fences. Okay, so sort of like thinking about those fences as keeping the data in the boundaries of what might seem normal. So if we take 1.5 times the interquartile range, in our example, that's 1.5 times 24, or 36. To find the lower inner fence, or sort of that low threshold that we're going to use potentially for the whiskers, we do the first quartile minus this number, this 36, and we get 41. We take the third quartile and we add 36 to it to go above that third quartile, and we get 137. Now, we're going to determine the smallest and largest values in the given data set within the two inner fences. Okay, so again, the fences are kind of keeping what should be considered normal inside the box and whisker plot, leaving any outliers to be outside of that. So the smallest value within these inner fences from our data set is 69. So we go back to the data, right? Our lower inner fence was 41. But we have the lowest number we actually have is 69. The upper inner fence value was 137. And something that's less than 137 in our data set is going to be 112. That's the largest value that falls within the fences. Okay, so in this case, 144 is going to be considered the outlier for this set. So I will be honest, I don't love this three-dimensional box that we have going on. I prefer just a regular two-dimensional rectangle is fine. Only because are we talking about this bar? Or are we talking about this? I don't love it. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. So we have our first quartile on the left. We do mark the median in our box. And then we have the third quartile on the right-hand side of the box. Now, the whiskers are going to basically extend on the low end down to 69 and on the high end up to 112. Again, keeping in mind the inner fences that we talked about earlier. Okay, so in this way, we basically make the whiskers be a little bit more appropriately sized. Okay, so here it is. This is the smallest value in those two inner fences. There's the largest value. So those are always going to be what you plot with the whiskers. And then any outliers that you have, like in this case, we had 144. And of course, you don't have to draw a nice, perfect blue star like that, but just an asterisk or something showing that there was another value in the data set, but we consider it to be an outlier and it's outside of the fences. So it's going to sit out here. So that's our box and whisker plot. And yeah, so kind of, again, the new thing is dealing with those inner fences and making sure that you understand what's going on there. I think that's it. That's going to be some technology stuff. So yeah, I'll put the assignment in the Canvas. Hopefully you watch this so that you know. Actually, maybe I'm just going to say it so I know you've watched the video and understand those inner fences. And then, yeah, I think that'll be a better deal. So your assignment for this section is going to be on page 115, and you're going to do numbers 74 through 80. Yeah, that's it. So check your answers from 3-5. Also, while you're on this page, see this video, get to work on the homework. Should be good stuff. I'll see you guys later. Bye.